so many simultaneously, several power projects taking place. On the mega development side, again, what is in place right now is in terms of 5 ports getting built simultaneously. KK's port, then Uluville port, Hambantota port, then comes Galle port, and the Colombo South port. Now, simultaneously, 5 ports getting built in the country. For the first time after 250 years, a new port is getting built in Colombo. And that speaks volumes for the mega project development and also the new trunk road system that is opening up. From Colombo to Panama through Arugambe, roads have got to open up. Entire Ua province, the Munragala district, the Ampara district, then comes to Batticaloa, then Trincomalee. All these areas are getting new road connectivity, and huge long bridges have been already put in place. Where did we see all these things happening in the past? So this is a major boost that country is already having, and that will get accelerated in the next 6 years, and also that will be the part of the new decade of prosperity, including the Colombo skyline. See how much it has changed, where the private sector investments have come. Today you have the Havelock City with around 1,000 apartments getting built in that location. Already I think about 250 apartments have been completed and ready for sale. And that itself, these are all new development that has taken place, what we termed as greenfield investment in the country. And since 2006, we registered over $600 million in foreign direct investments. Then it went up to about $800 million by about 2009. And that for the first time for over last 30 years, how this has started picking up.
And also, Honorable Minister, about the per capita income, you know, the last 55 years from I think 1948 to 2003, it gradually rose to about $1,000. But within the past 5 years, we also know that it reached a $2,000 limit. But now $2,200
during the last 4 years.
Right. So, what is your strategy? And it has also been said that the aim is to go more than $4,000. And at the same time, IMF has also declared that Sri Lanka is now in the middle income category. So what were your strategy to bring it from 1,000 to 2,000, and most importantly, what is your strategy to take it above 4,000 and getting the country to go to the developed state?
I think President as the Minister of Finance was very keen not to allow any external or local pressures to affect the economy. That's why he constantly manage a very good economic, very good industrial environment in the country. Nowhere the work was permitted to be stopped, because he encouraged, he negotiated with the trade unions, kept the mill running round the clock, so to say, and saw to it that there are exports every rising from whatever level. It had always been maintained on a upward trend, where around 10% had been always taken as the good average of our exports increase over the previous years. So likewise, the exports were kept at on a rising level. Then incremental value has been always measured well. Then again, in terms of foreign employment generation, we have registered up to about 1.3 million persons abroad at this very moment, from over 900,000 to 1 million 4 years ago. Then again, he was very keen in seeing that the mega development programs are being put in place irrespective of whether there is the war at that time or otherwise. He never left out any of those important elements. Then the most important thing that contributed to a higher growth was because of our agriculture sector was encouraged with the fertilizer subsidy, etc. He never stopped the fertilizer subsidy. So thereby he created a nation where there is greater economic pursuits in terms of agriculture, service sector, and your own export levels, where the industrialists were benefiting with the higher level of exports they were generating to the world markets. So all these sectors contributed to increase our per capita income from that of about 1,200 level to a rapid growth in terms of 2,200 level of per capita income in US dollars. So for the next increase, our target is to see that it gets into 4,000 mark, US dollar mark for per capita income. Now we are at the middle income level, and with the $4,000 mark, which can be easily achieved because the new areas that I mentioned in terms of tourism, in terms of service sector, and in terms of fisheries. If you have the fisheries sector getting generated out of the total sea area that we have today, which we never had previously because of terrorism, especially in the north and the east, and part of the northwestern part of the north, that I would term as the western northern part, we would get additional income. And also if we improve our techniques in terms of fisheries, in harvesting fish, and also in that trade, and as an industry, we'll get a further increase income. And all these things will add on to creating a higher per capita income for Sri Lanka. And that's what President has already planned, and that plan is already unleashed, and we are working on that. There's nothing new that we have to now create, but to see that what President has meant is being carried through in terms of what he's trying to do for the economic growth of Sri Lanka.
Right, okay, the Minister, we will take a small break and we will be back with you shortly. Stay with us.